Today we're exploring progressive variations of side planks, one of the best exercises for the lateral chain, all those muscles that run up and down the side of your body to kind of glue your front and back halves together, which can help reduce risk of injury, improve performance, and give you a whole new sense of how well you use your body. We start here with the knee side planks. This is a great opportunity to learn how to engage the muscles along your lateral chain, your hips, your obliques, your lats, the muscles in even the front of your chest and on the side of your leg, trying to squeeze the floor together, not just pushing yourself up and making like you're trying to spread the floor apart. I recommend when you do this, don't lean on your elbow. Bring your weight ever so slightly forward so it's kind of more on the forearm, a little bit on the fist. It'll be a lot easier on that elbow joint and also easier on your shoulder joint as well. Also be sure with all plank variations that you're trying to keep your body pretty stiff and straight between the contact point on the floor and your shoulders. Avoid bending the hips backwards, twisting down towards the floor, rotation. These are things that are not necessarily bad, but they are regressions that you want to reduce and eliminate over time. From then we go to foot planks, foot side planks, where the feet are on the floor instead of the knees. We start off with having our hips on the floor. We get our feet into a good, nice, wide stance, which is a little bit easier. And then you can apply resistance by lifting yourself up. Remember, PTR, position, tension, resistance. Get into position first, apply the tension into the muscles, then apply resistance. A lot more effective and a lot safer for you to do each exercise. For progressing this exercise, you just bring your feet closer together. So you start off fairly wide like this, and then what you can do is you bring them closer together, toes to heel. Sorry, it's a little out of frame here, which is a little bit more difficult. There's less stability. Then foot one right on top of the other for even more difficult as well. You can also experiment with all plank variations on your arm like this. This is kind of a give and take. In some ways this is easier because your body's at a greater angle against gravity, so you're not quite as level with the floor, so it is a little bit easier in that regard. The other thing though is it is great for building stability in your shoulder, your elbow, and strength in your hands and wrists as well. So play with which ones feel best for you, but if you want to improve your shoulder stability, that's a good exercise for it. Also, torque your arm in like this. I like to think of taking my elbow and pointing it towards my feet when I do this and keeping the muscles in my back tense. Side plank is a little bit of a back exercise when you're doing this. So that will help prevent stress in the shoulder and the elbow. From there, you can progress to what I call starfish planks. And starfish planks are where you lift up the other leg. This is going to put a lot more resistance onto your hips, the outside of your hips specifically. So that's a weak link for a lot of people. If you're involved in any sort of kicking sports, kickboxing, taekwondo, even soccer, this is going to be a very valuable exercise because those muscles are often the weak link that are going to be holding back your squats and your lunges and all leg exercises as well. The higher you lift the leg, the easier it is. So start off with just a slight amount of elevation. You can also work the inside of your thigh with side planks by having your top leg on a block, a step, or some other object. Having your knee on the floor is a little bit easier. Picking it up and squeezing it closer to the other leg is going to be more difficult. Start off easy with this one. Keep your leg on the floor and listen to your joints specifically. Sometimes this can be a little bit hard on the knee joint if you're not used to it. So start off easy, build up the amount of time that you can hold the position for, 20, 30, 45 seconds at a time before bringing your knee up off the mat. And then the ultimate challenge for side planks is to do them in suspended form. So you have a suspension trainer here. This is just the straps off of my gymnastics rings. This requires more stability, more strength, but the other great thing is you can also lean yourself away from it a little bit. Even just a couple of inches is going to bring significantly more resistance to the muscles on your lateral chain. If you practice this even once or twice a week, you're going to notice a very big difference, and your obliques are going to be sore for days. You can come back and forth in a dynamic fashion, or you can just simply bring yourself out and hold for 10, 15 seconds at a time. You can, of course, do this with all plank variations. You can do this with the inside, inner thigh plank, the outer thigh plank, lifting up the other leg, whatever. As long as you can put your foot into the sling, you can match it. So there you go. Introduction to lateral chain work with side planks. Let me know questions below. Be fit, live free.